Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give our honor and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000 governing body of the nation of Yasha Allah, and the men, the women, the children, the true believers, in the name of Yahweh Bashem Shai. May He have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother, I'm Nawa Allah, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. But, you know, these Israelite women, they really are whores. Even the ones that try to pretend like they got it together. As you see, I got this woman up. This is clearly, Israelite woman with, blonde hair. Look like, she got a little Edomite in her, or maybe Northern Kingdom. But nevertheless, her content is what's the word? It's an abomination. It's defiling. It's off. Why do I say that? Because she's prostituting herself. She don't think that she prostitutes herself. When you hear the video, she act like she's spitting game. But in fact, she prostituting herself. And if you're in the spirit, you'll see that this is just another form of prostitution. Soliciting YNs, okay, and calling herself a cougar. So if you call yourself a cougar, you so-called Negro women, or you Israelite women, period, then that would mean you're not married. Now, I got the definition of a cougar for a woman in the AI. It says a cougar is a slang term for a woman, typically her 30s, 40s, or older, who proactively pursues romantic or sexual relationships with significantly younger men. That's a hoe. That's an old ass hoe. It says often characterized as confident and financially independent until Jacob's trouble, right? It says the term can be seen as empowering by some, while others view it as a derogatory, sexist stereotype portraying women as predators. I say the latter of that statement is correct. That's what they are. A woman of her age should be married, bearing children, and literally at home. This type of woman, the look that she have, sure, it's a pretty face, right? But at the end of the day, it's not that pretty. And she ran through already. But she doesn't look at it like that. She look at it as like she the prize. She's a cougar. And like I say, when you see what she's selling, or more or less what the issue is about her dealing with YNs, it'll prove, and then we're gonna bring the scriptures out. That'll be the end of the lesson. I'm gonna try not to make this long. Okay, Lord willing.
Come here. Let me holler at y'all. The fuck you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all really gonna let these young boys get me? Y'all ain't shit. Y'all really just gonna let them turn me into a cougar? Just like that? I bet.
No, bitch, you turning yourself into a cougar because you refuse to submit and be with one man and close your fucking legs, right? You can't tell me this woman she ain't got bodies on her. She do. I ain't gonna lie, she pretty, but not that pretty. All right. At the end of the day, what's on the inside of her is wickedness. What's on the inside of her is the ideal. What's the better word? What's inside of her is what's inside of all these Israelite women today. Okay, especially the so-called black woman. I perceive she'll probably a Judite. All right. And again, what is it? What is the YNs doing? Dicking them down. I mean, it is what it is, and spending money on them. Meanwhile, World War III coming, Jacob's trouble coming, the MOTB is coming, and then after all that, judgment of the Lord, the final judgment, the second death, right? But this kind of content and all this bullshit on the internet, everybody that is not of the Lord, especially women, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay with your life.
Like they coming with that real pack, okay? They coming on real strong. Like, I don't know how much longer I can last, y'all. Like, they coming with the money, They coming with the bodies. They cash apping me. They trying to whisper sweet nothings in my ear. I mean, I feel myself getting weaker every day. Y'all need to send some help. I don't know if they trying to like Shannon Sharp me or some shit, but I ain't got no money. So y'all might want to leave me the fuck alone. Nah, but for real, what y'all got over there for AT? I don't know about. Let me know. No, but if you'll be willing to sign this contract real quick, we might be able to talk about something. But shut the fuck up. Come here.
Nah, you shut the fuck up. And I'm gonna show you why you need to shut the fuck up. Cause you don't know what you're talking about, woman. That's the problem with you women. You need to shut the fuck up. You see? Because at the end of the day, hold on, let me grab this precept before I even get mine. One second. Bitch. This is Matthew chapter 12 and verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that man or woman shall speak, they shall give an account thereof in the day of judgment. These is all idle words. And they all words of convictor because she is prostituting herself. She's selling pussy and disguising it as I'm a cougar or you're going to make me a cougar. Okay. I'm broke. Right. But I got these YNs that's trying to take care of me and you older man ain't. Well, I got news for you. The verdict is out on you bitches. Older men ain't taking care of you because they got a little bit more wisdom now. And a man of the Lord definitely ain't gonna take care of your ass. Because we already know a bitch like you, when Isaiah 4:1 come, you gonna be crying for a man of the Lord. The YNs ain't gonna be able to help you because they gonna be dead or sent over to fight World War III. Then you really ain't gonna have nothing. And that blonde hair and everything that you do have and that conceited attitude, it's gonna be brought low. The Lord gonna humble you. You see, every woman like her, right? This is Proverbs chapter 30. Let me see where I'm gonna start. Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 30 and 20. It says, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And you can see. Let me see something. Yeah, you could you can see the spirit that she in. You know, she taking numbers. She gonna go through the list and the best one, or the best two or three, or have them in rotation. And then what she gonna say? I ain't doing nothing wrong because I'm an independent woman. I could do what I want to do, right? Let me see. Slocky. This is Amos. You already know. Chapter 7 and verse 17. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and the land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in the polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of this land. Now, forth of his land, Salaki. So yeah, this is a prophecy this scripture is constantly coming out to put a spotlight on the women of our nation who are whores at the end of the day. All the attention they need, got her face all up in the camera like that because she wants you to focus. Because I know niggas tell her she beautiful. I know. That's how it is in this society. In Babylon, because men, they glory at the beauty of a woman instead of really getting to know what's on her mind. And a lot of times ain't nothing on these bitches' mind but what she said. Money, right? To do things for her. You ain't hear nothing about what she gonna do for a man to get a man that she wouldn't need no goddamn YN. But For her to do this video, she already fucking with YNs. Come on, bro. Come on. Hey. Congratulations to the YNs. Y'all you getting the dusties, the old ran through bitches, and you do what you do, you know? But at the end of the day, she's a harlot. And she is the poster for the average so-called Negro, Latino, Native American woman. I'm not speaking about the women that are in this truth, that are sincerely trying. If you come across this video, if the shoe fit, it is what it is. If it don't, don't worry about it. But at the end of the day, we're gonna keep bringing these scriptures out because this shit is disgusting right here. And then she letting you know I'm a hoe. I'm letting you older man know that these YNs is about to turn me into a cougar. I read you the definition of a cougar, but I believe in the spirit she already a cougar. She already letting the YNs smash. But she want to do a video about it. And if you go to the comment board, wait, you know what? Let me do that real quick.
Come here.
Let's see. Look at the comments. You're going because you want to go. Stop blaming grown men that know better. It's crazy being a crash dummy at an old age. As a man of culture, I can formally say that let the young ones have their scraps. See, that's the spirit. That's the spirit, bro. That's all she is scraps, man. See? But she thinks she beautiful, to put a video out like this is beyond pride. Okay? And if she was just doing it to get likes and content, that's cool, but it still perpetuates wickedness towards towards other women. But I believe in the spirit. This is who she is, right? This is Sirach. Yeah, let me get this. Chapter 25. I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him." So there is no fear of the Lord in her. Okay? There is no fear of the Lord. She wouldn't say that. She wouldn't even be on the camera like that. And at the end of the day, if she got a man, he probably number one or number two. You know? I know any women I was be dealing with, even the one I got, she can't get on no social media and have her face all in the camera. I'm not standing for that shit, bro. But that's why social media has to go, because it allows this behavior and this type of thinking to be perpetuated, and all it does is breed corruption, you know. But if she want to be a cougar, that's the spirit that's been put on her by Yahweh Shem Shai, because she want to be a cougar. You heard what the comment said. He's like, no, don't blame us because you don't want to get right and deal with an older man. Let the younger man have the scraps, right? It says, verse 13, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. And this is, I could guarantee you, this bitch done gave a lot of men hell, right? It's probably some niggas in jail over her. But it's okay though, because the tides is turning. Isaiah 4:1 is right around the corner. Women like that are going to be what you would call commodity, actual bartering product. She's not gonna be nobody's wife because she don't want to be nobody's wife now. Ain't no nigga gonna want to deal. I should slack you. Ain't no man of the Lord in Isaiah 4:1 gonna want to deal with her. They're gonna be able to look right through her and see how conceited and prideful she is. And she gonna be stuck out here to the wolves. And the men that ain't with the Lord gonna take her and do whatever they want with her. And it's gonna be righteous because that's the spirit she putting out there. The scriptures say, whatever you sow, right, you're gonna reap, right? That's what she's sowing. She's sowing promiscuity. She's sowing being a whore, all right? And then trying to blame other older men because they don't want to do what she want them to do. Bitches, you crazy? You can have them YNs. You're going to catch disease and shit. It says, verse 14, and any affliction but the affliction of them that hate me, and the revenge but the revenge of enemies. Let me drop down. It says, verse 16, I rather dwell with a lion and a dragon than keep house with a wicked woman.
Let me holler at y'all.
Maybe that's why she doesn't have anybody, because she a fucking a wicked ass woman. Nobody wants to live with her and take care of her, right? And but she'll say she broke, but that bitch got some money. You know, she got some stash. She got people, other men that actually probably think that she's worthy of giving her things and taking care of her. Meanwhile, she still get the freedom to deal with YNs. You don't make a video like that and say those type of words if you don't mean it. Even if you trying to use it for content, YNs is definitely probably hitting on her. And I believe in the spirit they done already had their way with her. So why even like play that game? It says, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darken her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, he shall sigh bitterly. But she ain't got no husband. But I bet you her father and her brothers don't like the content that she put out. And if they do, them niggas is goddamn damn, I can't even think of the name of them no more. Shit. Simps. There it is. The water y'all about your shot. It says, verse 19, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. Let me see. This is the one after this one. Verse 21, stumble not at the beauty of a woman and desire her not for pleasure. You see that? You don't look at the beauty of the woman. You look at what she's saying and how she think. And if a woman is telling you what you got to do for her, especially in the times that we're in, I'd say that at this point in the game, a lot of women are going to be destroyed for that way of thinking. You as a man, you don't give yourself over to the woman. You know, they're supposed to be in subjection under you. But like I said, this is why Babylon got to be destroyed. This is why we need a savior to put things back in order, because this is out of order right here. You know, like I said, I don't know if she got brothers and a father, but if I was her brother or her father, I'd tell her, man, you wrong for that. You not only present yourself as a prostitute, but you're giving the impression to other younger women that this is the way to go. And when YN see this video, they gonna want to holler too. Right? Imagine you being a father. You find out your daughter at this age is fucking around with some young ass nigga who ain't doing shit with his life, blowing her back out. Man, I'd disown this bitch if that was my daughter. Real talk. Like, don't even come around. Let the YNs take care of you. Take my name off your name. So you go with your maiden, your mama's name. Cause you're not, man, bro. It says, verse 22, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance, and wound the heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband in distress maketh weak hands and feeble knees. This is the problem. She don't want a husband because she don't want to be in order. So she rather accept the life of dealing with YNs and be prone to diseases. A YN is that's what it means. A young nigga. He just want to fuck. He don't want to teach you how to be a woman, how to worship and serve the Lord and be clean, right? And be in order. Nah, he just want to give you a couple of dollars pacify what you want. And then once he get between them legs a few times, he done. And then whenever he want to hit, he'd just offer you some money because he know that work. That's prostitution. You can say, oh no, it ain't prostitution. I don't stand on no corner. I don't do this, I don't do that. They gotta pay me to take care of. No, bitch, you're a prostitute. You is a hoe. I just read it to you. The Lord said you will be a harlot in the city. And you a hoe until you get married. And when I say married, I'm talking about dealing with one man, repent from your adulterous ways, and then the Lord, he'll have mercy on you, Lord willing. You see? It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. But what do you see? You see women here, you see women there, traveling, right? I'm sure that's one of the things that she's going to want from a YN. Plane ticket, fly me out. Take care of me, show me around. Then you can bust me down. Ran through like a goddamn locomotive train. Shit's crazy, bro. Proverbs chapter 9. Let me see. I'm gonna start at verse 13. The woman named Folly is Brash. Salaki, I'm reading this in the NLT. She is arrogant, Salaki. She is ignorant and doesn't know it. Let me read that again. Proverbs 9 and 13 in the NLT. The woman named Folly is brash. She is ignorant and doesn't know it. She sits in her driveway on the heights overlooking the city. She calls out men going by who are minding their own business. Come in with me, she urges the simple. To those who lack good judgment, she says. That's what she doing. A YN don't got good judgment. I mean, come on, let's just be real. I mean, that's just what it is. But that's who she's saying that's going to make her life better, right? That is a horrible way of thinking. But that's how our women think today. And it's going to bring harsh judgment. I'm going to give you an example of that judgment with the last precept to close out this lesson. This is, let me see, Sirach chapter 26. Where I want to start. Yeah, I'll start right here at verse 9. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids. There you have it right there. She don't want to put her eyelids all in the camera and flicking them and just having that seductive, trying to talk all smooth and shit like she a player. Man, bro, the things that the Lord is going to do to these women for their for their their behavior, for their continued pushing of this hoardism, that diva spirit, that queen spirit, that worship me spirit, right? That shit is going to come with a price, man. Okay? It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, let she abuse herself through over much liberty. That's called a woman who don't have any control over between her legs, and she allowing rod after rod after rod. I believe that's what this woman does. Ain't no way she just sitting up and being celibate. And no, she done been ran through. She may have been married. She done have plenty of relationships. She got demons on her. But this is the average so-called black woman of the world today. And that's why, the Apostle Tahar always said, don't deal with them. Get you a woman of the other nation, or get you a Northern Kingdom woman or whatever. Okay? I understand why he says that. Because look at that. The moment you don't do something, she like that bitch on the phone with another nigga, or she dealing with other niggas while you trying to, romance her and take her here and spend thousands and dollars. Nigga, gas is $4 a gallon. Bitch, ain't nobody finna be spending money on you like that. And any nigga that's out here doing that, man, you crazy. All right? I'm keeping my money. Shit. And even if I didn't have a woman, I wouldn't do that shit. Fuck that, man. I'd rather spend my money on my brothers and prepare for the kingdom. It says, watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. Every YN that come through that can do what she want, they gonna hit. And then every older man that come through and try to compete with the YN, they gonna hit. You see? And when I say hit, you know what the hell I'm talking about. I just read the scripture to you. Let me jump down. Yeah, down to verse 22. Sirach 26 and 22. And harlot should be counted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband. What does that mean? That means if you ain't married, you was a whore. You was a whore if you're not married. What do I mean by that? If you was out here sleeping around, you a whore. If you get married to another man, let's say you go down the aisle, y'all get married, you still got to repent from all your adulterous ways. You can't go in to a relationship and say we're gonna tie the knot and all that, and then you got all these bodies on you. And by the way, marriage is sex. It has nothing to do with no fucking wedding. Okay, although that's not unlawful. You can do that. It's the act of intercourse, and once that happens, you're supposed to be with that man. That's thus say the Lord. Okay. It says a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. That's the key. She said she want YNs. See, the Lord wouldn't even send something like that to the way of a man of the Lord. Why? Because if he weak in the flesh and he just crossing over or coming out of the world, he could get caught up in that because of her looks. So instead, he's sent her to the wicked ass man, the YNs, who don't care about the Lord and will give her every desire, like the scriptures say. All right. It says a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. A dishonest woman, contempt of shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. You see that? It says a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Now, when you read it in the Good News Translation, it says a self-will. That's self-will. Because she prostituting herself. That's what a self-willed woman does. She'll prostitute herself, okay? Even at work, women are prostituting themselves, right? For their bosses, okay? For more hours, right? So she's self-willed. The Good News Translation say a self-willed woman will be counted as a bitch. So just so you know. It says, I'm going to read it again. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. See, she not shamefaced, she's shameless. You see? She doesn't feel any shame. She doesn't think she's doing anything wrong. That's why I read she is simple, right? She don't have the knowledge. Yeah, right here. Job 39 and 17. Because the Most High have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. So she don't know that she's a whore. She believes that she is the prize. And the YNs is going to win her over the older men. Does that where does that how does that equate to righteousness? How does that equate to a woman that you should respect? No, you should pay the money that she want, get what you want from her, and be gone. Cause you can't build nothing with her. You can't establish a relationship with a woman like that. Did you hear one time she said she was at least some women say I'm looking for a relationship. You know, I need a man. No, this bitch said I'm taking the numbers from the YNs now. Let me play this shit again.
The fuck you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all really gonna let these young boys get me? Y'all ain't shit. Y'all really just gonna let them turn me into a cougar? Just like that? I bet. Like they coming with that real pack, okay? They coming on real strong. Like, I don't know how much longer I can last, y'all. Like, they coming with the money. They coming with the bodies. They cash apping me. They trying to whisper sweet nothings in my ear. I mean, I feel myself getting weaker every day.
Nah, bitch, you just a hoe, You done already gave in. There's nothing you can do about it. So this is close out with this precept. Just to let you know, the Lord, He will recompense to you the things that you do. This is Lamentations chapter 5 and 11. I'm going to start at 7. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their land. What got our bread that the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness? Our skin was black like as an oven because of the terrible famine. This is the time when the Israelites were in captivity, okay, under the Babylonians, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was the Babylonians. If I'm not, I will correct it. Okay? Either way, they were under captivity. Let me see something. We were given to the hand of the Egyptians and the Assyrians to be Salakia. It was right there. The Egyptians and the Assyrians. Salakia. Nevertheless, look what happened. It says because of our iniquity. You see? It says, let me read that from the top. Lamentations 5 and 6. We were given to the hand of the Egyptians and to the Assyrians to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we are born their iniquities. Servants have ruled over us, servants the other nations, right? There is none that doeth deliver us out of their land. What got our bread with the peril of our lives because of the sword of the wilderness? Our skin was black like as an oven because of the terrible famine. See, when you read scriptures like this, you need to know if the Lord said in Jacob's trouble, something like this ain't gonna be a cakewalk compared to what's coming in Jacob's trouble, right? Listen to what he said happened to the women, the Judite women, the so-called black women during that time because of sin and iniquity, right? They ravished the women of Zion and the maids of the city of Judah. Let me read that in the NLT. Our enemies raped the women in Jerusalem and the young girls in all the towns of Judah. So I read that to say that's the judgment coming for a woman like this. The cop carousel, like the elder Malcolm will always say, is going to ride her now, right? Because she is telling you that's what she does. You see? She telling you only the YNs are it says right here, YNs are applying pressure to the cougars. And it ain't fucking funny neither. It's actually a disgusting, immoral way of thinking. And it's unfortunate, but she gonna pay for it. The Lord said the women of Judah were great. And that wasn't just that captivity, that was every captivity. How much more you think is going to be in Jacob's trouble when there is no law, when there is no real protection, and the men that she screwed over, you think bruh, listen, All I gotta say is, no, let the cougar have her way with the YNs right now. Let her enjoy that pleasure. Let me get this last precept, and I'm gonna close out. Yeah, this is the last precept. Salakia. This is First Timothy 5 and 6. It says, "But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth." And that's the end. I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Brachah Kodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom.